Hello children. So today from Silver Point School Learn from Home content, we are going to study about the landforms created due to erosional work of a glacier. Now you know that glaciers are all huge masses of ice which are resting on top of the mountains. Now when these glaciers are existing on top of the mountains, they create huge type of landforms which are formed due to the erosional work of the glacier. So when the glacier moves a little bit, erosion goes on and some special land features are created at that time on top of the mountains. Now what are these landforms called or how do they look like? That is what we are going to discuss today. Now the first type of landform that we find in the mountain slopes are called the cirque or a corrie. Now, these are depressions or huge hollow spaces produced on the slopes of these mountains due to the erosional work of the glacier that slowly moves downslope. So, that means when the glacier is slowly moving down, these hollow spaces are created on the mountain slopes. Now, these are observed only after the glacier has melted and gone. Now, the plucking action of the glacier deepens and widens the depression. The back wall steepens and the land takes an armchair shape. Now, these are called cirques in France, and the same thing are called corries in Scotland. Now, when the ice melts and are gone, the depressions created may contain a lake called a corrie lake or a turn. Now, in the picture that you can see on top, that is on the left side, it's a side view of a corrie. So the land is looking like an armchair shaped landform, and the ice that you can see, it is written neve or fern, that's the glacier which is resting upon the armchair shaped like a landform. Now the arrow shows the movement of the ice, and these are depressions which are created on the mountain slopes. So this is how a corrie looks like from the sideways, or it's a two-dimensional picture. Now the next we come to another feature which is called an arete. Now when two corries exist adjacent to each other or back to back, a sharp ridge is formed in between that looks like a knife-like sharp boundary, which are called aretes. Now over here again in the picture, on the diagram which is shown on the left side, the bottom one, you can see that they are showing it's a diagrammatic view. There are aretes which are shown with the help of the arrows. So we are saying that when there are two or more cirques which are growing side by side on the slope of the mountain, then what happens? The middle part stands up like a ridge, and this has a very sharp edge. So that is called an arete. And this is the diagram showing the view of an arete. Now the next feature that we come across in the mountains formed by the erosional work of a glacier is called a pyramidal peak. Now when several corries are formed on all sides of a mountain, a horn-shaped sharp peak is formed that is called a pyramidal peak. Now see in this diagram over there, it's shown that these are called horns or peaks, and you can also see cirques and aretes marked over here. So we are saying that when the mountain is having a number of cirques on all the sides of it, and there are aretes also, the top peak of the mountain becomes very sharp. So in that case, that's called a horn or a pyramidal peak because it looks like a pyramid. Now in this diagram below, the various landforms that I have just now discussed are shown with the help of these red arrows. They have shown the pyramidal peak, the aretes. Now this is a real picture of a glaciated region, and they are showing you how it really looks like, the aretes. Then we have the glacial lakes, which are called the tarns, which are formed in the corries when the glacier has melted and gone. So they have shown you three corries over here and the aretes in between and a pyramidal peak on the top. So this is how they really look like. Now even a U-shaped valley is formed due to the erosional work of a glacier. A glacier usually forms a wide U-shaped valley with a flat floor and steep sides. Now obviously a glacier is much more huge in size. So that is why it's going to form a U-shaped valley. So in case of rivers, we said that it was a V-shaped valley because of the narrowness of the river. But over here, since the glacier is of huge size, so it is going to scrape away, or it is going to erode a wide U-shaped valley with a flat floor. So this is how it really looks like in reality, a U-shaped valley which is a flat with having a flat floor. So, and you can see in this in this picture that the glacier has melted and gone more or less, but there are still ice found in the mountain slopes or in the cirques which are created. They are still filled up with ice. So I hope you have understood the erosional features of a glacier, what are found on the mountain slopes. Now we are going to discuss the next features in the next video. Thank you.